Hi guys and welcome to Trazone.com. This is Mohit Soni. What you're looking at is the KTM Duke 250. Don't worry, I'm not going to do a walk around of it because it's already live. We've already seen the vehicle at the 390's launch and ride report. And this here now is going to be a brief introduction of the bike, and I'm quickly going to show you something that we could not see earlier, which is the the speedometer of the bike. How does it look like? So here it is, a white color. We got the surprising same color for the walk around back in a couple of weeks ago as well. Really a good looking bike. The LED DRLs are now inside the bike of the Duke 250 here. On the 390 you get it on the outside. No adjustable levers, but LED turn indicators are here. Everything else is the same. A really high quality motorcycle, built really well. Even the welds are done really well. So everything just comes together as a really high quality motorcycle. This clearly doesn't feel like it's made in India. That's how good the quality is. My first impressions were good. My road test impressions are here very brilliant. Despite we've only spent 24 hours with the motorcycle, I would love to I love to spend more time with it. But this is the main thing. Let me just start and show you the new black and white LCD screen on the Duke 250, which is not a TFT screen, not a color screen like the Duke 390. What you get here is a whole host of features: range, trip, and fuel efficiency parameters are here all on offer as well. But what you can see only here is the average consumption. I don't think there is a real-time fuel efficiency parameters here, but the range is surprisingly very accurate, and it's been changing according to my riding style very quickly, and I think it's adapting quite well, and that is really something that you look forward to, because you have a 15-liter fuel tank. If you are out on a bigger trip, then you will realize that this thing is coming in very well handy. It does look nice. It looks slightly smaller than the TFT screen. The pattern is also same. The only problem is that while riding you will have to bend down and see what the speedometer is showing you. It is not within your vision, and I think that is adjustable as well to a certain extent, but not by much. You've got a hazard lamp, pass light is this, and high beam is this, and really good switch gear, good high quality features. The instrument cluster quite literally is has navigation and audio player, and so you can connect your phone and go through a lot. It just looks very basic for a motorcycle that costs almost 2,80,000 rupees. There could be a bit more flair to it, but then again the pricing is spectacular on the KTM Duke 50 for what it offers, because we finally ridden the motorcycle for as long as we could ride in the 24 hours that we had with it. We've almost put 150 to 200 kilometers on it. And what do we think of this motorcycle? I'm doing a vlog style video. Come join me and see and find out what is it like to ride.
And welcome back to another riding vlog. This time we are riding the KTM Duke 250 in age 2023 avatar, finally on the roads, on our familiar roads where we ride on a daily basis. So despite we've only ridden it for 24 hours, we pretty much have a very good idea of what the motorcycle is. And as you can guess from the excitement from my voice, I am really impressed with what the KTM Duke 250 has to offer. Let's begin with some specifications before we go ahead with the signal. 250cc engine, all new compact series of engines from KTM, made in India. Liquid cooled 4-valve, of course, that is why it's called LC4C, liquid cooled 4-valve compact engine. So that is why it's called that, and this is now making 31 PS of power and 25 Newton meters of torque, which is 1 PS and 1 Newton meter more over the previous version. And the engine character has dramatically changed. So the earlier engine, which was the Gen 2 engine, there was a Gen 1 engine which was sold only in Malaysia and some other countries, I think Indonesia as well, where 250s were doing really well, before they were forced on us all over again after 2011, when the 250s came in. And I think Bajaj is the only person who's done that, because they gave us the KTM 250, the Adventure 250, the Bajaj Dominar 250, and the KTM 250, of course. Now they've also done the Bajaj Pulsar 250, which is an air-cooled engine, which is already a separate case altogether. But here what we have is a motorcycle that competes with the like of this bike, the MT-15. KTM told us that they do 1100 units a month, and while the MT-15 over there, surprisingly, coincidentally, does only 500-600 units a month. So you can imagine people are paying more for this, to buy this more. Despite it's got lesser fuel efficiency, that engine on the MT-15 is actually quite brilliant, very fuel efficient, great, but it feels sort of strained. This engine is so good. It is the reminiscent of the first gen KTM 390. And it's a new 250, so that is, it's got that KTM Duke character, and for a very in a very good way, not in a bad way, because as you can see, I am in 6th gear, doing 70 kilometers an hour, and this engine is so smooth, and if I go full throttle, look at this. There is no knocking whatsoever, even if I pull it from as low as 40 now. I'm telling you, this has no knocking whatsoever. So this engine is very smooth, very refined. There is only vibration at the red line and very close to the red line. Apart from that, I am hugging the tank right now. I am, my feet are on the pegs, and my handlebars are also has very high these handle weights here. And with all of that, there is no vibration whatsoever. So vibration is well in check, and the refinement is very good, it's truly good, but it's got that KTM character that you were missing in the 250. The 250 felt like a whole new motorcycle, while the 390 felt like a KTM that was made by Honda. It was that smooth. But this is now a pure KTM with a lot of smooth fueling throughout the rev range. It doesn't heat up that quickly. I didn't actually ask KTM if this also has the dual fans on the radiator, but heating pretty much seems to be well in check with this 250 here. The bigger change, even more bigger change, is the SOHC unit on the bike. The DOHC is gone, so basically KTM has removed one camshaft entirely in the name of cost cutting and in the name of something that they wanted to fix in quite a lot of time, is the snappier power delivery on the KTM Duke 250. Because it was tall geared, it had DOHC, so that means that you have to rev it really hard to get some power out of it. That is the reason why they had to fix that with new gearing and remove one camshaft. So despite that, the second and fourth gear are shorter, while the rest of the gears still remain the same or very similar, if not identical. What that does is, basically I do feel it is much more snappier, much more responsive. That was, if you go and see my original video of the Husqvarna also, I remember criticizing it that this engine needs to be rebuilt entirely, and that is what the KTM has done with this. It has rebuilt this engine to a very large extent, but it still sort of remains the 250 that has always been there. So again, making sure that it remains very close to the old bike, but improved at the same time. And that is what has happened here. It has become much more responsive, but it is still considered as a tall gear motorcycle, and what that means is that it gets great fuel efficiency. It's been showing average fuel efficiency of 30 kilometers to the liter. The KTM Duke 390 can't even reach 25 kilometers per liter. So riding it under 100 kilometers an hour, you can expect this bike to give around 35 kilometers per liter, which is really impressive. And the fuel efficiency is well in check. The motor is more responsive, despite it's very tall geared. KTM has made sure that there is power almost throughout the rev range, and because it is the third big part, it is 8 kilograms lighter. It gets the RC's wheels and suspension, RC wheel and tires, along with the brakes. So that saves almost 1.5 kg. The engine is almost 4 to 6 kgs lighter, and an aluminum subframe has also been added. But along with the aluminum swing arm, subframe and swing arm are both aluminum on this bike as well. So despite all of that, KTM has just raised the price by, let's say, 13,000 rupees. And all of this makes this bike a really good bike to ride. Trust me, this is really good. I mean, the confidence that you get from this bike, the smooth engine doesn't get in the way of handling. So that means that, it's a very forgiving motorcycle. It is very easy to ride. You can't make any horrible mistakes on it, so that, you might fall off or something like that. But it is almost foolproof, and foolproof as well. So this is what makes the new KTM Duke 250 really fun to ride. The stability is brilliant. The sophistication that this bike brings to the table is enormous. The stability that it brings along with that is brilliant. The handling is super sharp. The wheelbase, I still feel that they've shortened it, but I still feel it's a little larger because the front end ties in very quickly, and then I realized, the wheelbase could have been shorter. But then I also realized that nobody ever really corners all the time, and so you need that stability on the highway, and that is why you get that long swing on. So I think it's a good balance. I'm not criticizing it in any way, but for that pure ekdam KTM feel, I think that was sort of could have also been done, but I'm sure that is something that KTM can work for it in the future, I guess. So I've told you that the weight loss, there is an SOHC engine, the gearing is still almost all, it's much more responsive, it's lighter, aluminum swing arm and subframe, and The gearbox is good, the clutch is light, the quick shifter works really well. I tried it last night and I did a lot of launches just because of the quick shifter. That is why the fuel is actually gone much lower than I anticipated, because I did a lot of launches just to test the quick shifter. It works really well in all conditions and in all gears. So this is the quick shifter that works really well. So let's sum it up now before you get confused. Is the fact that you get something that is smooth, refined, much better to ride, easier to live with, and I think that is what makes the KTM a really good motorcycle now, with the pricing being so good. And I'll tell you the best part. KTM has just told me, and it's visible in the showroom as well here, ki there is a 10,000 rupee a loyalty bonus for anybody who exchanges their KTM. So I am a KTM Duke 390 owner. If I go and exchange my KTM, I get 10,000 rupees off on this. So basically, you are getting a bike which is priced as well as before, and it has dramatically changed from what it is. The styling, the feature list, the new instrument cluster, the really high quality bike, all of this comes together really well. The ride quality is good, the brakes are good, and nothing really disappoints. I'm impressed with the stability and the composure and the sophistication that brings along with it. So kudos to KTM to raise the bar yet again. I think nobody would have thought 10 years ago when I bought my KTM, I thought that okay, this is it. But they've improved all over again. They improved in the RC as well. They put that RC learnings in this here as well. So fantastic, yeah, fantastic motorcycle. I'm really impressed. This exactly now feels like a mini Duke 390. Usually you say about the 200, because the 200 is also fanatic and all of that. This exactly feels like a Chota 390, and I think that is what makes this bike is going to make this bike very special. KTM themselves are surprised at how it's doing really well. Now they made it even better, so expect a lot of KTM Duke 250s on the road, and I can't help it. But yeah, that is it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you like, share and subscribe. Follow me on social media and Instagram and our website on a daily basis. Thank you and goodbye.